Hi, friends. Welcome back to another week of meal prep. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Shani, and don't forget to subscribe before you go. To my regular watchers, I thank you always. Here, I'm just slicing and peeling some sweet potatoes. You can use any potato that you like. If you don't love sweet potatoes, you can just use regular potatoes. We're going to be making some sweet potato hash for breakfast. So I'm just going to go ahead and just dice these up, not too finely. And I'm also going to be using some peppers. You can use any pepper that you like and some onion. And I'm just going to go ahead and chop these just about the same size as the potatoes. So just in a medium to small dice. So I do these meal preps just for easy, not having to think about anything for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. It is so convenient, time saving, and cost effective. Not necessarily for weight loss, but these meals can be used for weight loss. So if you are interested, just go ahead and follow some of the recipes and give this a try. Last couple of weeks I've been doing this. It's really helping me. I'm not struggling to figure out what is for breakfast, lunch, or dinner or a snack. It is so easy to do. It takes about 1 to 2 hours depending on what you're making, but it's so worth it. So I'll let these potatoes go for about 10 minutes. I'm looking to crisp them up on each side, and I'm going to go ahead and remove them from the pot, and then I'm just going to saute off the peppers and onions. You can add them to the pot if you like. You don't have to transfer if you don't want to. So here I'm just going to let these soften up for about 2 to 3 minutes or so. Not really mushy or anything like that. So I'm just also going to add some fresh sprig of thyme here. Thyme goes so well with potatoes. And then some black pepper, some paprika, some garlic powder, and you can add a bit of salt if you like. And then I'm just going to toss this around, and then I'll go ahead and just add back in my potatoes that were crisped up nicely enough for me and totally cooked through. So when this is done, you can test for salt and add it here. So I'm just going to go ahead and set this aside, and I'll be serving these with scrambled eggs. You can serve it with fried eggs if you wanted to, but the scrambled eggs is just so much more easier to do. So here I'm just going to break 5 eggs, and then I'm just going to use 1 cup of egg whites. You can also just use more eggs, and I'm just removing the eye of the egg here. I don't love it. So next I'll just go ahead and pour in the egg whites. And like I said, if you can't find egg whites in a box like this, just go ahead and use extra eggs and do enough for a couple of days. I'll be making 5 days of breakfast here. So I'm just throwing away the shells, and I've just washed my hands. So here I'm just going to add in some cayenne pepper, black pepper, and a bit of salt. You can add cheese to your eggs or more vegetables if you want, but what we have for the hash is more than enough. So I've also set a pot on the fire, and I'm going to go ahead and add in some oil in there. I'm using extra virgin olive oil. So I'll just add my eggs in there, and I'll scramble this up for about 4 or 5 minutes, depending on how long it takes to scramble your eggs. And like I said, this is easier than frying each egg one at a time, but you can certainly do whatever works for you or whatever you prefer. So I've just sprinkled on a little bit more paprika on the egg just for color, but this is done. So I'm just going to go ahead and cook the rice for lunch. So I'm just adding in about 2 cups of rice here. I'm just going to wash that, and then I add some salt, and then I'll get that going. You may not use all of the rice, so you can put some in the fridge for another meal. So I've added some oil to a pot, and I'm using some 93% ground beef. You can use turkey, chicken, or also ground beef. And I'm just going to let this go for about 6 minutes or so, just until it's not pink anymore. Then I've also chopped a bit of onion and some more red pepper. And then I'm just sprinkling on some paprika, some garlic powder, some meat seasoning, and some all-purpose seasoning and salt. And then this is some dark soy sauce, some hoisin sauce. I really want this to have flavor, and some ketchup. Then I'll go ahead and add in some water into this. I'm looking for a nice sauce so that this will go well with the rice. So I'm just adding in 2 cups of water here. And then I'm going to cover this and let it go for 20 minutes until the beef is nicely soft and tender and I have a nice gravy. So for lunch, I'm going to be doing salad. So I have just 2 chicken breasts here cut into 4. And I'm just sprinkling on whatever seasoning, just my basic seasonings, black pepper, salt, paprika, garlic powder. You can use any seasonings that you like, whatever suits you. So I'm just going to go ahead and season this up, and then I'm just going to fry this off. You can put this in your air fryer or your oven, whatever is easiest for you. So I'll just put this here. I've added just a tiny bit of oil, just enough so that the chicken doesn't stick. And this will go for about 8 minutes. Depending on how long it takes. You don't want your chicken to be underdone. You want it to be well done, but you also don't want it to be too dry. This is chicken breast. So these are done. I'll set them aside. So here I have a pot with some water. I've just washed some string beans. This is going to go with dinner. So I'm going to have the string beans, the rice, and the ground meat. So I'm just putting them in an ice bath here so that they stop the cooking. Then I'll just add them back to the pot with a sprinkling of oil and then some lemon, pepper, and garlic salt. And this is perfectly done. That ice water bath helps to keep your string beans green. So for our glow juice, we're having a juice today again. So I'm just going to go ahead and peel this pineapple. We're going to be using beets, some lemon, and some ginger. You can add carrots to this if you wanted to. You can add apples. You could just make this juice your own. So I'm just going to go ahead and peel off this pineapple. You can save the skins for tea or another pineapple drink if you're wanting to. So I'll just dice these up just so it's easy for my blender. You can also juice this. But like I said, my blender is easier for me, especially in a case like this where I'm meal prepping. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish peeling this off. Then dicing it up. If you get a nice riper pineapple, it's even better. So I've added some gloves so that I'll peel the beets. These tend to stain your hands. So just go ahead and wear some gloves, or if you don't mind, just peel your beets. I'll be using 4, 1 large, 1 medium. And I've also peeled the lemon and the ginger. So I'm adding them in here with 2 cups of water, just enough so that my blender goes. And this blender really purees things up. So you want to go ahead and strain this maybe 2 times just to get all of the chaff out. And that is done. You can drink your juice anytime throughout the day. So we're going to go ahead and assemble the breakfast. So put your hash in and then your eggs. And then when you want to serve this, you could just add some ketchup and hot sauce. That's really how I'm going to eat mine. Next, we're going to do lunch. So I've chopped some lettuce. I'm going to also add some cucumbers. You can do whatever you want with your salad. Add whatever vegetables that you like. Some carrots, some tomatoes, some olives. I'm also going to add some feta and then some red onions. I love this salad. I always make it. And then the chicken, I've just sliced that and I'm just going to add it on the top. And I'll use any dressing. I'll make my raspberry vinaigrette, but you can use any dressing that you like. So into the bowl, 1 cup of rice and then 4 ounces of our meat and then our green beans. And this is dinner. This is going to be absolutely delicious. In fact, I tasted it and it's so, so good. So now we're going to go ahead and add in our juice to our bottles. And this juice is so vibrant and it's packed with antioxidants and it's good for you. So that's it, guys. We're all done and we're prepped for the entire week. Bye now. Thanks for watching.